Hi, one more thing about the 45-degree angles that leaves on a tree branch. That leaves apparently grow on 45-degree angles. Here's one, right? It seems to be that they grow at 45-degree angles. So I was thinking maybe we can make, just like this one, we could make solar panels let's say it's a flagpole, like a flagpole, right? And they have one here, or it's actually like some lamps. You've seen some lamps, but pretend that these are solar panels. And so you have these solar panels, something like my hands. My goodness, can I bend my hand? Well, let's say that this one is the stem, and you have one leaf, one solar panel here. I don't know if 45-degree angle will help. This is at 90 degrees. But then you could have one on the other side also. And stack them up. Something like a bookshelf, but all of it standing up from one stem. That's an idea to work on. Alright, that's my homework for whenever I get around to it. But feel free to experiment with these homework assignments. Did you hear about the monkey story? Where scientists discovered that one group of monkeys, one monkey, from the scientist actually taught him how to, or her, how to clean the potato, how to wash the potato with water at this island. And within a week, 100 monkeys were copying the original monkey that the scientists had taught him how to do it. And what was interesting was that there appears to be some kind of brainwave, because on a separate island, the scientists were also examining the other monkeys, and the mystery is, once 100 monkeys from the first island could wash the potatoes before eating them, instantly the other monkeys at the other island began to wash the potatoes before eating them. And there was no connection between the islands. They couldn't swim across and so on. So that was one of the I don't know where I read it. This is an old story. I must have read it in the last 20 years. But that was an interesting thing. What this applies and what this means is that as soon as I, Daniel, get an idea here on Earth, maybe there's a boy in China or a girl in India or somewhere else, somebody gets an idea just like mine. Tony Robbins mentions it. He says that a business that does well in this city will probably do well in another city or in another country before the lag time is up, is what he called it. The lag time. And with this, I'll tell you about the Bible, that everything has a season. So maybe there's a season for starting a business, and that type of business will work in 100 cities. If you do it, let's say in the year 2013, but if you do it in the year 2014 or 15, then perhaps that idea might not even take off. But of course I read about Deepak Chopra, and he mentioned how I don't like his books too much. They seem to be too complicated for me. But Dr. Deepak Chopra did mention that there is some sort of higher consciousness, that we are all connected, whether we are aware of it or not. And that's the same idea. In the Bible again, King Solomon, I think, is the wisest king, right? He mentions that with all his wisdom, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything has been created before. So even if in 2013 or Daniel invents something, somebody else invented it long ago. My grandfather put it this way: you have the telephone, but before the telephone there used to be a telegraph, and you would send a telegraph. And before the telegraph, you used to send a man on horseback with a message. And before that man in horseback, you used to send a little boy, go tell your mother I'm hungry. Or you used to send messages with, you were always sending messages. The Indians and the Native Americans, I think, they used smoke signals. But another lady told me that they have, she has seen documentaries where there appear to be lamps, or better yet, a battery for a lamp. And this is something from the age of the pyramids and things like that. How can does that mean that they had electricity, or does that mean that if it's a battery, it's a battery? So, I mean, there are unexplained mysteries. In Miami, there's the Coral Castle, and it was built by a bricklayer, but this guy could move, he weighed 100 pounds or less, and he could move rocks by himself, not lifting them himself, but with his brain power. He knew how to move things that you need a tractor to be able to lift, perhaps 10,000 pounds or something like that. So that was a mystery. There are many mysteries. Oh, and this guy, he died and he took his secret with him to the grave, which I really hoped he wouldn't have done that. How to move something huge. All he said was, I know how the Great Pyramids were built. And that really, really, gosh, I'd like to know. But why would he choose not to tell anyone? I heard he took a beating from some men that said, we're going to beat it out of you. You're going to tell us. Why would you take a beating and not, unless this knowledge would hurt humans? I don't understand. Alright, talk to you later. Enjoy your life.